All right, in lesson 1 of chapter 6, education, we're going to look at the schooling model. The schooling model in labor economics provides a comprehensive analysis of career trajectories associated with different educational choices. Now, I'm going to let you answer these two questions on your own after you read this article here. And then you'll use this answer here and 50 weeks to answer this question. You'll use this answer here in 50 weeks to answer this question, right? So you can do those 4 on your own. I'm going to skip down to our model down here, right? In the model below, a high school graduate, Regina, can start earning an annual salary of what instead of enrolling in college? So when she graduates from high school, she's going to earn $44,100 according to the model, right? Instead of enrolling in college, right? So if she enrolls in college, she's either got to pay $12,000 a year at a state university or $41,300 at a private college, because private colleges are more expensive than state universities, right? So this is the annual tuition of a state university, and this is the annual tuition of a private college. And that before going to college means she can start work after she turns 18, right? And then if she goes to college, she can't start working until she's 22, right? After she's turned 22. Okay, so college, this right here, this is the cost of college. College costs $12,000 per year at a in-state university, in-state public university, $41,300 at a private university, right, or college. If she does, in fact, go to college, either at the state university or this private college, the model says she'll make $65,600, right, per year. Yeah, assuming she does it in 4 years, right? Now, Regina can work from as early as 18 years of age, right, to 64 years of age. Okay, so before 18 years of age, she's going to high school, grade school, grammar school, right? Elementary school, middle school, right? So we assume that she graduates from high school. So as soon as she graduates from high school, she gets out, she can start working as early as 18 and then stay in the labor market until 64 when she retires on her birthday, her 61st birthday, into Social Security and retirement, right? The economic cost of a 4-year college degree does not include room and board. When people tell you how much college costs, they include room and board. To an economist, we don't include room and board. Why? Because you have to pay for food and rent if you work instead of attending college. So going to college doesn't mean you can eat and pay rent, right? If you don't go to college, you still have to eat and pay for room and board, right? You have to pay rent and eat, right? So economists don't include room and board as part of the cost of college, but it does include the wages that you give up to attend college. So for Regina to not go to college and start working immediately, she's making $44,100 every year, right? If she goes to college, she's foregoing the $44,100 in earnings, right? So that's part of the economic cost of going to college. Okay. Assuming the above annual costs of college do not include room and board, the direct cost of a private college degree is $41,300, right? We've already answered that above. Well, the direct cost of a state university degree is $12,000. Yeah, I got to multiply both those by 4. Sorry. Okay, so fortunately, we get two chances for every answer box, right? Okay, so the direct cost of a private college degree right? It's a 4-year program. Tuition is $41,300 per year. So $165,200 for 4 years, right? Then we got to do the same thing with the state university degree, right? So we got to multiply 4 times 12,000, right? Which is 48,000, right? So that's the cost of a 4-year degree, right? Not included room and board, right? With the opportunity cost of attending college for 4 years being what? Well, we have to include, so this is the direct cost, right? Direct cost. And the opportunity cost is foregoing making $44,000 a year for 4 years, right? So in either case, going to a private college or a public university, right? The person is foregoing earning $44,100 per year for a total of $176,400 for 4 years, right? And then the economic cost is the sum of the two, right? So the opportunity cost of attending college for either private or public is $176,400, right? And this is true for private and public because you're foregoing those earnings, right? And then we need the economic cost, which we've calculated here, right? So the economic cost of a private college degree is $341,600. The economic cost of a state university degree is $224,400. And of course, your numbers are going to be different than mine, right? So the economic cost of a private college degree is $341,600. And the economic cost of a state university college degree is $224,400, right? The benefit of college is the difference in lifetime earnings from the year of college graduation, 22, to the age of retirement, 64. Graphically, it is the area between the blue and black lines. So whatever this height is, which the height is the difference in these two, right? Times the length of this line segment, 22 years to 64 years. Okay, so we have to multiply. So we're going to type the benefit down here. Benefit of college. We'll call it U for university, right? Or we'll call it the benefit of BS, bachelor's degree in science, or a bachelor's degree, right? Okay, so the width and the height, and then the benefit, right? Okay, the height of the rectangle that is in between the dashed lines, the blue line and the black line, the height of that rectangle is 65,600 minus 44,100, right? So if you go to college, according to this model, you're going to make $21,500 more per year than if you had not gone to college, right? The width of this triangle is 64 minus 22, right? And then the benefit is multiplying both of them together, right? So the benefit is $903,000 in my model. Now, subtracting that number that we just entered, the $903,000, from the economic cost of the degree gives the net benefit of college, right? For a private 4-year college, the net benefit equals what? So what we're going to do is, now we got to calculate the net benefits, right? Net benefit. Okay, the net benefit is the benefit of going to college minus the economic cost, right? So For a private college, the net benefit is $561,400. For a public university, the net benefit is $678,600, right? Now, the above calculations ignore how workers feel about future earnings near age 64. Present earnings, 22 years of age for recent college graduates. To model this, we need to discount future earnings to the present when a young person is deciding to go to college or not at 18 years of age. A person with a small discount rate, emphasizing the long-term value of future income, is more likely to choose college. This is because they place higher importance on potential higher earnings that come with a degree, despite the initial time and financial investment. On the contrary, someone with a larger discount rate, prioritizing immediate gains, may not opt to pursue college. They may favor entering the workforce sooner, valuing immediate income over potential long-term benefits associated with higher education. The discount rate thus becomes a critical factor in shaping choices between immediate earnings and the future of education. Now, when I was doing my dissertation, one of the articles I read for it, research papers I read for it, was an article, I believe, by Christopher Swan. And, this is like 20 years ago, so I'm trying to remember exactly the exact details. But I think in the paper, he had estimated the discount rates of young men and young women in the 1990s. And he found that young women had a low discount rate while young men had a much higher discount rate. And maybe that explains more women are enrolled in colleges than young men. So with the annual wage of high school graduates equaling $44,100 in my model, the annual wage of bachelor's degree people, college graduates, being $65,600, and equal 64 being the age at retirement, and N equal 18 years old being the age at the moment college decisions are made, and Regina's discount rate assumed to be 5.6%. Now, this 5.6%, it could be equal to the yield on a treasury bond, or it could be a feeling of how one values future payments to present payments, right? A lot of economists will probably, just assume this is like 5.6% equal to a treasury bond yield, right? But it could very well be someone's feeling about the future, right? This, assuming it's a treasury yield bond, assuming there's no difference in males and females when it comes to the decision to enroll in college or not, right? That may not be an accurate assumption. Okay, so with all those things, the present value of Regina's earning stream, if Regina gets only a high school education, is this following equation here, right? So in the 18th year, right, we don't give the discount rate any credence, right? Because this value here raised to the 0 power is 1. So we're not discounting this at all. In year 2 of working after high school, we're going to discount this one year, right? So we're going to discount this. We're going to discount this 2 periods, and then we're going to discount this 46 periods. 46 being the difference between 64 and 18, right? Now, the present value of Regina's earnings, if Regina gets a 4-year college degree, is what? For the first 4 years, we replace the wage she would have earned in high school with the cost of attending college, the direct cost, not including room and board, right? So for those first 4 years, we replace this with that, right? And then in the 5th year, we replace the wage with the annual wage that a person would earn if they got a bachelor's degree, right? And then we hold that constant until retirement, right, in the 46th year. Now, to compute these values, we're going to build a spreadsheet model with time being 0 at age 18, time being 1 at age 19, time being 46 at age 64, right? So the high school graduate earns $44,100 in that person's 64th year, right? Because on the birthday of that person in their 64th year, they turn 65 and they're now no longer working, right? So they don't work in their 65th year. They work in their 64th year, right? Okay, and then this is the salary for high school, right? This is the salary of a bachelor's degree, salary for a bachelor's degree. This is the tuition of a public school education, and this is the tuition of a private school education, right? So we're going to calculate these, we're going to discount these dollar values, right? Okay, so we need to build that. I'm going to pause for a second and build mine in Excel here, right? So I got my salary of $44,100. Notice that the salary, direct cost, and discount rate are in gray cells. I use gray to denote inputs. And this is for high school, right? So, so this is the high school column. And then over here, I have gray cells for the annual wage if you get a college degree. And then I have $12,000 for the public school education. So this column is public school, right? This one is not gray because it's referring to the input over here, right? And then this is not grayed out because it is referring to that cell, right? So if I change this cell, I change that cell. This one's grayed because the cost of a private university is more than a public university, right? And then this is not grayed out because, again, it's referring to that cell, right? So I like to color coordinate or color the cells of my inputs, right? Okay, so for salary slash cost, the person, if you remember, is going to make $44,100 every year from the age of 18 on, right? So I referenced this cell here, right? And then I reference this cell and I can pull this down now, right? I can double click this and copy those annual salary payments to this employee, this high school graduate, until they retire at the end of age 64, right? Okay, so for the college educated person, that person is foregoing earning $44,100. Instead, they're accumulating $12,000, right, in payments for tuition per year, right? And they do that for 4 years. Now, in the 5th year, they've graduated, right? And they earn the $65,600 for having a college degree, correct? And then every year thereafter, they're earning that $65,600, right? So now I'm going to double click this here. Okay. There we go. We have the annual income stream, right? And then we do the same thing for private school. Private school. So I'm going to copy this and I'm going to paste it over here. Okay, so now the first 4 years, each of the first 4 years, that person's paying $41,300 in tuition to a private university, right? And then in that 5th year, they start making $65,600, right? You can copy that here, and we can actually just paste it right here. And so what it's doing is it's taking this salary slash cost, right? And it's dividing by the 1 plus this discount rate raised to the 0 power, right? So in the year that you make the decision to go to college or not, you don't discount the salary at all, right? But in the second year, right? The second year you discount it. 1 period, 1 year, right? You discount it. Okay. We need it. we need to discount this back to period zero, right? So we need one period of discounting. Now, for the salary earned in the third year following high school graduation, right? We have to discount it 2 periods, right? We have to discount it 2 periods to the present. This zero means present, right? This is a year in the future, 2 years in the future. So we have to discount it 2 years. And then we continue doing that. And you notice that near retirement, this $44,100, we value it at basically $3,600 when we're making the decision to go to college or not, right? So now we're going to do the same thing for public school, public university, right? So I'm going to copy that and paste it here. Now the dollar signs do what? The dollar signs fix this red box. So notice there's no dollar signs on that or that, right? The B5 again is the time period, right? And 0 corresponds to an age of 18 because at this age, we're in the present, right? So we're 0 years into the future here, right? And then the E5 is the salary or cost of going to college, right? In this case, the cost of going to college. And again, we don't discount this value that we pay in the present, right? We don't discount that because we're paying it in the present. But we do discount the payment that we make, that we have to make a year from now, right? We discount that payment we make a year from now. And we discount it 1 period, right? We're discounting at 1 period. So, yeah. And then we discount that third annual tuition payment, 3 periods, right? We're discounting that 2 periods, right? 2 periods back to the present. And then we discount our senior year's tuition, right? 3 periods, because we got to discount 3 periods back to the present. And then we make that $65,600, right? We're discounting that back to the present using 4 because this value is 4 years into the future, right? And then we continue. So at age 64, right? When we're 64, we're going to make $65,600. But in the present, it's so far off that this $65,600 feels like $5,350.12, right? Because it's so far in the future, right? Values that are closer, right, to the present are more relevant. Values further in the future are less relevant. That's what that captures, right? And then we got to do the same thing for the last one, right? The last column. So we're going to copy this and double click right here and then enter that value, right? Again, we don't discount this, right? Because this is the present value of it. We have to discount this value 1 period into the future, right? Let me get the decimal places right. Okay. So we're discounting that 1 period into the future, right? And then we'll go ahead and double click. Again, this is we don't really put a lot of value on this last payment here, right? Because it's so far in the future. We've discounted it a lot, right? Because this salary, the salary we make the year we graduate from college, the year after we graduate from college, that salary is closer to the present. We give it more weight, right? Okay. So now what we have to do is we have to calculate the net present value of this, right? So we're going to sum the discounted salary values and the discounted tuition payments, right? So this is the discounted value of the stream of payments and salaries, right? The cost of attending the final year at a private university, discounted to the present, is, let's go up here and get that value, right? We're gonna get rid of the negative sign. But equals that value at a state university, right? Okay, now we're going to discount a college graduate salary at the age of 53, right? So we're going to discount it from age 53 to the present, right? If we don't discount it, the salary is 65,600 at age 53, right? This first column is the age. So we don't discount it 65,600. If we discount it to the present, it's $9,742.42, right? But what about if the person has not gone to college? If we don't discount a 53-year-old's salary to the present, that salary is $44,100. But if we discount it to the present, when the decision to go to college is made, time period 0, right? Then we discount that $44,100 in the present at that discount rate, it's $6,549.40. Okay. The present value of Regina's earning stream, if Regina gets only a high school education, equals what? Well, that's the sum, right? That's the sum right here. The sum of all the discounted earnings, right? From the present time period 0, right, to the future year 46, which is the 64th year of age, right? If the person goes to a private college, the value of that stream, that includes the cost of going to college, right, is $746,717.77. But is $854,920.27 if that person goes to a 4-year state university. Now, based on these values, what is Regina going to do? Well, if she goes to high school, right, she has a total valuation, a discounted stream of earnings of 767,000. That's more than going to a 4-year private college, but less than a 4-year state university education. So this person is going to attend a state university and get a degree, right? Suppose the only difference between Gage and Regina is their discount rates. If Gage's discount rate is 9.8%, the present value of Gage's earning stream is what, right? So all we're going to do up here is we're going to change this input here to 9.8, right? And that'll change those discount rates, right? And now we just go down here to the totals. So for just high school, the present value of Gage's earning stream is what? That. For a private liberal arts college, for a private college, it's that amount. And for a state university, it's this amount. And so this person, Gage, is going to choose just to go to high school, to not attend college, right? Awesome. Maybe this is what's going on with higher female enrollment rates than male enrollment rates in college.